Hello and welcome, this is Mouse Gunner, and we're back with some more MechWarrior 4 Mercenaries. And we've been pretty successful with the Solaris Arena run, and it's time to finish off that run before we go on to other missions with our Medium Coliseum run. So far, the mech that I've been running, the Hellhound, with the loadout I have, has been pretty effective. It has run pretty hot, but for the most part, it has been successful. We'll have to see how well it does in the Coliseum, though, where we're a little bit more open. And as a result, might be, might be a little bit more tricky. So let's go ahead and jump in.
The sun is set behind the Coliseum. The stadium lights are on, and we have a game tonight. This is Duncan Fisher giving you the play-by-play. There are a couple of Steiner up-and-comers in tonight's game, and it has drawn quite a crowd. In the last Coliseum game, there was some real tension in the stands. The Davion and Steiner supporters seemed like they were coming close to blows, but the security is tight, and all signs point to a fabulous game.
All right.
It's Solaris time.
So we ended up in a good position. Nobody started next to us. Oh, I stepped on something. At first I thought somebody shot me, but I was just stepping on the debris. Okay, so this guy's up in the trench. We're probably going to want to stick in the trenches because there's water in here, and that'll help us cool.
One of the combatants tonight is both a merc and Solaris jock. His name is Alex Haight. This no-nonsense fighting machine had a sensational rookie year and followed it up by disappearing for mysterious business for 2 whole seasons. Everyone thought that was the last of him, but he came back and is still doing some serious damage in his 5th season. It's a no-brainer that he'll make it into the big game. It's kind of unusual, but he still fights a couple of medium matches every year. He says he's scoping the field. Alex isn't a man of many words, but he's a clever warrior. I wonder what he sees out there tonight. There's a lot of debate on which mech dominates the medium mech circuit. My money's always on the Uziel. Sure, you can put another 5 tons of armor and weapons on other chassis, but I just like the feel of an Uziel. It has good armor, weapons, and decent moves.
Ow.
Some lucky pilots who have access to Clan Tech go with the Shadowcat. I can see their point, but Clan Tech is expensive to repair and keep up. You are really putting a lot on the line bringing a Clan mech into Solaris. Some of the Solaris jocks take a special joy in singling out Clan mechs just to watch their pilots squirm.
Alright. So we got this guy on his tail.
About cover. There have been some bad shots, good defense and good movement. It makes for a longer game, but it shows off some good piloting. Although some of those guys could use some practice with their gunnery. It's no big secret that I'm partial to the medium circuit. It's the circuit I made a name for myself in, and I know those mechs like the back of my hand.
Ow, ow.
Sometimes when I'm in the Valhalla Club, I hear some of the pros come down on the lighter circuits. I think that's just wrong. Every person that competes on any level in Solaris is a real warrior. And if you take some of those pilots out of their Atlases and stick them in Chimeras, I bet they'd learn a lot about humility.
Ow. Alright, so this guy's messing me up quite a bit.
Man, that kid was on fire. He went the distance longer than any of us could expect. Of course, now he is literally on fire. But hey, that's the nature of the game.
Trying to make him pay for coming after us.
Warning. Heat exceeding recommended level.
Alright. I am definitely in trouble, though. Alright. I just want to get out of there, though.
Kapow! Ha ha! Well, Alex is slumming it, and he gets nailed. He was scoping out the competition, and looks like he found some. I don't know whether he was just overconfident, or if he just got outplayed, but regardless, I bet he ain't a happy camper. See you next game, Alex.
Alright. That mech is pretty messed up, though, so I think if I go after him some more, we might be able to drop him. But he did quite a bit of damage to me before we got to this conclusion. Definitely the heat curve of this mech is its big weakness, at least with the loadout we have, and I think we saw that in play big time, because I couldn't keep firing at the guy. I had to back off and let my mech cool down. I flushed a lot of my coolant, not all of it, but I want to keep some in reserve. No, I mean, I've more or less just completely handicapped him now. There we go.
Heat exceeding recommended level.
Alright, let's get going. Speed is also kind of a concern. I mean, I can go 80 kilometers an hour, which isn't terrible, but for a medium mech, it was kind of hard to get away from that guy. All right, so we've got a bushwhacker, an Uziel, and named mech, so we're going to probably want to go after him.
Meltdown, and now we know who our final three are.
Especially as he's a finalist. All right, I don't have line of sight on any of them yet. But we might get it soon. It looks like they're in the trenches, so... It looks like they're duking it out close range, too. The Uziel is kind of a shorter mech, so it's going to be kind of hard to get a view on him. Ooh. You know what? He might be, have no ammo left. So let's go after the Uziel. That's going to be the more threatening of the two. And as a matter of fact, its arm's almost out. So if we keep going after that arm, we'll get rid of one of its PPCs, which is its main armament. Come on, get the arm, get the arm, get the arm. Come on, keep getting the arm. Back off, back off, back off. There we go, there's the arm. That's one PPC down.
Warning, heat exceeding recommended level.
Stay away.
Warning, heat exceeding recommended level.
Right, let's just flush our coolant. Cool down here. Some whiff shots there. Alright, I'm just gonna go after
Warning,
the torso
heat
now.
exceeding recommended level.
Ow.
Warning, approach heat level critical. Shutdown imminent.
Ah, crap. Alright, well this is what happens when you have too much heat.
That's the second one for
All right,
today.
just this guy left, and I think he's out of ammo because he's got ammo-dependent weapons. If you fought him early on, he'd be very, very dangerous because he's got 3 LBX-10s, which are very devastating weapons. But right now, he has no ammo left.
Warning, heat exceeding recommended level.
So he's just gonna dance around here. He's got nothing he can do, so... And again, this is the problem with some of the named mechs, is that they're very ammo dependent, but not all of them are that way, obviously, but some of them are. And again, early on, he would be devastating. The amount of damage he would do, especially at close range, would be, you know, pretty good at this weight class, but right now he's out of ammo, so he can do pretty much nothing to me. So we're just gonna pick him apart until he's dead, which is not gonna be that far away.
We have our winner. The Coliseum has seen some intense fighting tonight. Although those medium mechs are fast, they can pack some serious punch. It was quite a slugfest, and rookie Merc Spectre takes the victory today. He smashed through some serious opposition, and he's earned the accolades tonight. Live from the sands, it's Duncan Fisher wishing all of you a good night.
All right, well, it wasn't that bad of an end, but honestly, I don't know if I really care for the loadout that I have. It's okay, but just the heat efficiency is terrible, frankly. So maybe some tweaks with this mech in the future. We might be able to get something out of it. At the same time, maybe a different mech would be worthwhile, because we could go with a 55-ton mech, which would give us a little bit more weight in this arena. In any case, let's go ahead and continue here. And at this point, there's not really a whole lot else I can do here. I cannot go on to a heavier weight class. I could continue doing medium and light arena runs, but for now, I'd like to go back out on the map here, and we can actually see that we have more missions available to us. I'm going to still finish off Eaton and Halloran 5, finish those missions out, and then we're going to decide on where to go after that. But before we do that, I would like to go and take a look at the free market and think about, do we want to buy any more mechs? Ooh, wow. The amount of mechs, or the type of mechs that I can buy now, pretty interesting. So I have 16 million in the bank. One of my favorite mechs in the game is the Catapult. Very effective mech. It is mostly a long-range support mech, but you can design it for different setup. And it's a 65-ton mech, which is a heavy mech. We also have a Black Knight, a 75-ton mech. And that is as heavy as a heavy mech can be, so that might be valuable in the arena. Awesome is another, well, just frankly, awesome mech. It has 3 PPCs, absolutely devastating firepower, pretty valuable mech. Bushwhacker comes in at 55 tons, so that's going to be as heavy as a medium mech can be. So this might be the upgrade we're looking for as far as the arena goes, although I'm not sure that is the case. And outside of that, oh, wow, we've got a Mad Cat too, 75 tons. This is also a very good mech. It's 13 million though, so that's pretty expensive. I don't know if that's going to be the route we want to take. If we're doing missions, we're going to want to upgrade our entire lance or lances rather than just a single mech, and I don't know if I want to blow everything into a Mad Cat, although the Mad Cat is the iconic mech that a lot of people are familiar with. And 75 tons, that is as heavy as a heavy mech can be, so that might be the mech we go for a Solaris run as well. So looking through here, Shadow Cat, 45 tons. This is 55 tons. We saw this quite a bit in the arena. That might be a worthwhile mech to pick up. Thanatos at 75 tons. That's another heavy mech. But you know what? I'm going to go with the sexy route. I'm going to go with the clan mech that is the Mad Cat. Even though I like the catapult, we kind of get some of the visual appeal with the Mad Cat. That's kind of where the name comes from. The cat part of the name is because it looks kind of like a catapult. That's getting into the actual universe lore here. But in any case, let's go ahead, buy this. It's going to consume a lot of the money we earned in the arena, but hey, we fought in the arena. We get our just desserts, right? So let's go ahead and buy this mech. And we're not going to have that much money in the bank, but hey, we didn't have that much money in the bank when we went over to Solaris. So I'm going to go over to the mech lab now, and we're going to take a look at this Mad Cat that we just got. Now, this is the only heavy mech that we have currently, and I am more than likely going to want to set it up. Also, the Hellhound is more than likely going to get revamped as well, so I'm going to remove a lot of the... I don't remember how many heat sinks this thing normally has, and I'm going to bring it back up to the normal speed I think it usually has. And in the weapons, we're just going to strip those out. And then we're going to go save that. Back over, get our Mad Cat. And we're going to change its paint scheme so that we have the same white paint scheme that we've been going with. And there's our lovely Mad Cat. Now let's take a look at the weapons. So this is the basic layout. You've got 2 large lasers, extended range large lasers. You have a couple medium pulse lasers. These are clan ones though. A couple LRM-20s for a good long range punch, and then a little bit of machine guns to round it out. Well, I'm going to remove that. And it looks like we have an Omni slot. I didn't necessarily mean to remove the medium pulse laser. You know what? Screw it. Let's just strip all of them out. All right, so we got 30 tons to work with. That's quite a lot compared to what we used to have. We don't have anything here at the moment. Heat sinks at 11. That's pretty good. Speed at 80 kilometers an hour. That's not bad. Armor. I always like to max out armor when possible. And I will remove maybe a little bit from the center torso. Ooh, that's not quite what I wanted. We'd have to remove quite a bit, actually, if we want to get peak efficiency. But you know what? This is fine. And what else we want to do here for weapons? Well, we could do a couple PPCs here. I mean, we've got very large energy weapon slots, so PPCs would fit. Now, the question is a PPC better than a clan large laser? So 7.5 versus 12. He is more for the PPC, and not surprised with that at all. Range is slightly better. And the big thing, though, is that the large laser is definitely better as far as weight goes. That's what I'm looking for. And the PPC, yeah, 7 tons versus 4. You know, the large pulse laser actually might work pretty darn well in this mech. But I think I want to have a little bit more diversity of weapons. So let's say we stick with the long-range missiles. Or we would go with the Streak 6s. I would say either of these would be good. 6 tons not bad, 4 tons not bad. I kind of want a combination of close-in weapons and long-range weapons. So let's say we use these for close-in. And I might want to stick with the large lasers just because of the weight efficiency, and also they don't... I mean, I don't have another PPC. I could always buy one, but we don't have a lot of money right now. Alternatively, I could go with a large pulse laser instead and kind of go with firepower there. I mean, that's going to make heat efficiency pretty terrible, and the firepower is not going to be much better than what we saw in the arena. And this being a heavy mech, that's not going to be necessarily great. Maybe we use this for our long-range weapon to pick at people. And we could frankly go with even more firepower. We could go with some medium pulse lasers in close. We've got 4 of those. Although, can't quite fit them all, can we? Alright, so we're kind of at a point where heat efficiency is becoming a concern. Alright, so the Beagle Active Probe might be a good thing for us. Oh, no, wait, we don't have long-range missiles. But the Enhanced Optics probably will help at range, because we are using some ranged weapons here. And let's get some heat sinks in here. Alternatively, I could go with some ballistic weapons. Let's see what we got there. So, that's 10 tons. That's 13 tons. That's 13 tons. So this would be a really devastating close-range weapon. And we could save ourselves heat-wise. I don't know if we would have the weight. Yeah, we kind of do. We could fit an autocannon in. We would have more close-range attack going with this weapon loadout, but we'll be pretty heat efficient with this loadout. We only have 36 shots, but it might work out. We'll try it. I mean, we'll experiment. We've got some pretty good close-range firepower with the Streak SRMs and the LBX-10. And then this will be our long-range punch. And we'll try this out and see how we like it. But in any case, I think that's what we're going to do. Save that on up. And as far as the weapon groups, I think I'm happy with this. So 1 will be the large laser, 2 will be the autocannon, and then 3 will be our short-range missiles for in close. All right, well, that's going to be the loadout for now. And we're nice and armored up as well. And I think this is a good point to go ahead and put a cut in the video, so I hope you guys have enjoyed. This is Mouse Gunner, signing out.